Do you have a place where you need a light but you don't have any electricity out there? I got one of them places, and I'm an electrician. Retired, but we have a shed that's way out back, what I call the back 40, although we don't have 40 acres here. But it's in the back corner, and when we built it, it was just strictly for storage. And it has a window in it, and it has an overhead door that opens up, and that's fine until you got to go out there at night and try to find something. I try to avoid that, but it happens. A company called Loftek has provided me with this light here to review and test, which is what I'm going to do. And my opinions will be unbiased. So we'll see how it works. We're going to unbox this and see what all's in here coming up. I'm Roger, welcome to the shop. A bit messy, but that's the way it is all around here all the time. If it was all clean and everything, that would mean I never did anything. So, Loftek sent me this box of a light. Solar light, has a remote solar panel. I've not opened it up yet. I'm about to do that. And my whole point of using this is going to be, as I mentioned in the beginning here, we have a shed that's way out back. It's like 12 by 20 or something like that. And there are no lights in there. There's no power in there. It was built just strictly for storage, for materials for our nursery, although it ended up being a catch-all and all kinds of crap got thrown in there now. I need to clean that out someday. Yeah, we've all got one of them lists. So how far back on the back burner can you push that? A lot of flat surfaces in there, and I got them all filled up. So we're going to unbox this, see what's in here. So let's see what we got here. We got some bubble wrap. There's the light. Right there. Plenty of LEDs on it. It's like a mounting bracket for the solar panel. A remote. And this is something that would be, of course, you don't want this thing on all night. You only want it on when you're using it. So you got an on, off, and a high, middle, and low modes in there. You can set the atmosphere. The hanging cable, a little carabiner, some screws, some wing nuts, miscellaneous parts and pieces. And we have the solar panel. I'll have to figure out where I'm going to mount this out there. But it looks like this bracket would just screw right onto the sides of it here, and then I would have to find a place to mount it. And I've got some ideas for out there, so you get this bracket screwed on here, and then we'll play with this a little more. Hey, depending on how your dexterity is, these screws go in from the inside for this bracket. And the bracket goes over that, and the wing nut goes on the outside. Takes a little bit of dexterity to get that bolt up underneath there, but it does work. So there would be your solar panel mount. Of course, you have some cable here to go with it. There's a quick disconnect here, so you can get the cable through the wall. It's threaded. And just unplugs. You can plug it back together. It's got an O-ring on it. Should be a pretty good weather-tight seal. So I'll put that back together for right now. Okay, to mount this, you get this little piece here. The intent is to take one of these screws like this, pop that down through there. That would screw up into your ceiling or whatever. It does give you some plastic anchors in here too. And these larger screws are for mounting your solar panel bracket. Once you get this screwed up to the ceiling, you've got this little fitting here on the end of this cable that just threads into this hanger. So that would hang it. On the other end, you got this little carabiner. It just clips around your light, then you can hang it up. I don't know if there's any charge in this at all. There's a button on the back here. There are some directions in here. See if it says anything. It tells you about assembly. Now, of course, it tells you if it snows on this. If you don't remove the snow, you're not going to get any. It's not going to charge your battery up. Okay, on the remote here, there's a little plastic thing you got to pull out to activate the battery inside it. It's like a lot of them. Say this may not be charged at all. There's a little button on the top you push, turn it on and off. I don't know which way's on and which way's off. There's no indication. And I'll probably need to charge this. So I'll set this out in the sun for a while and get a charge in it. Okay, so here it is a couple days later. I took the solar panel for this outside. I let it charge, and that night I went out and little remote and hit the button and it lit up and went through the 3 brightness levels. Cool, works. So I took it out, put it up in the shed. Next day, had it all hung, had the solar panel mounted and everything. And I went in and tried and it didn't work. Thought, what the hey, you know, or, oh, this stands for where's the food, and it's not what you think it is. So, took it back down, I brought it back in here to the shop, laid it down on the table and it worked. Well, this is one of them duh moments. The solar panel here has a photocell in it. So if it's light outside and this is inside, this isn't going to work. But if it's dark outside, this works perfect. And I can light it right up and I can go through the different levels here. There's the second level, there's the low level, back to the high level, and off. And it illuminates a pretty good area. I had it in here last night and turned all the lights off in here and lit things up, and I don't know how that would work with the camera here, but I guess we could try it. It is daytime and extremely hot, as you can see, but I'll turn some lights off. We'll see how this looks in semi-darkness and see what the camera does with it. Okay, there is some ambient light coming in through the windows and stuff because, as I say, it's daytime and it's sunny out, and as I mentioned, it is extremely hot and humid. It's 9:30 and it's already 92 degrees. So we're shooting for triple digits today with extremely high humidity. If you live in the Southwest, you know about them triple digit numbers, but you don't have the humidity. If you live down in, let's say, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, that area, you know about the humidity, but you don't generally have triple digits. Here in the Midwest, every once in a while we'll get these situations where you'll get the high humidity and the triple digits, and it makes it just absolutely miserable. Anyway, let's see how this works. And oh yeah, it brightens things up very well. I don't have it hung real high here because this was kind of a test thing, but yeah, I'll be taking this back out and putting it back up in the shed with the wasps out there that weren't happy to have my company. I gotta get them cleaned out of there, figure out where they're getting in. But otherwise, I think this is going to work perfect for back there, because I don't have any power that far back, and even though I'm an electrician, I don't really have the desire to go through the expense to run several hundred feet. Actually, it would be 300 feet to get back to that shed just to have a light, because that's all I use it for, really, is storage. And even then, it's where I go out there at night. But this will be nice to have. I'll just keep the little remote here by the door. Okay, so what do I think of this? Well, I think it's great now that I had that dull moment. I figured out how to make it function properly. The solar panel, which of course I took it back down, it's right here. I had it facing south, and it charged everything up just fine. Instead of having it outside here at night, and it worked just fine. But there again, a reminder, if you're putting this into a room to illuminate it, and it's light outside and the solar panel has light on it, this isn't going to work till it gets dark. But otherwise, I think it's a great thing. Once again, Loftek did provide this to me to test and demonstrate, which I have done even with my dull moment. Yep, I think it's a good buy. I think appears that it will last well. I don't know if this part is waterproof so much, although it does look like it's sealed up pretty good. I know the solar panel is waterproof, but this is inside, that's outside. And the remote takes a little button battery here if you should happen to wear it out. It's CR2025, and it should last a long time because the only time you're energizing it is when you hit the little button here. So if you got anything out of this, appreciate getting a thumbs up, always helps the channel. There'll be a link for this down in the description. I am an Amazon affiliate, so if you do purchase one, I do get a small commission off that, which helps cover costs here, but it does not change your cost. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.